We speak to the heart of every woman.
Phakama mfazi.
Only here, where your voice matters.
A real man is not violent, and a real woman is not tolerant of it.
If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn this world upside down, these women together ought to be able to turn it right again.
Ikhukani FM sisikhwelo sakho esikusasazela ku-90.6
98.4, naku 99.9.
16 imizuzu ibethele intsimbi ka-10 o'clock osanungena masikubulise sikwamkele. Thank you so much ngokhetha thina uyabo 90.6 98.4 napha ke ku-99.9 ukanti ke njengoba ke sisondele kwi-16 days of activism against GBV kuyimfuneko ke ukuba siphakamise amazwi abo basebenzayo emgceni wokuqala ukulwa udlame. Namhlanje ke sincokola noRhopotso Radebe ongumeluleki nowenza umsebenzi onzulu wokukhusela abafazi nabantwana eMzantsi Afrika. uRhopotso ke ngumseki we-Abundance in Light, i-NPO ke awayila ngenxa yamava akhe anzima kunye nokungabikho kweenkonzo zokuxhasa abasindileyo. She works on menstrual health workshops, reading programs and critical visual conversations on GBV, SRHP and mental health. Wakha ke izithuba ezikhuselekileyo apho abafazi neentombi banokuthetha bafumane inkxaso kwaye bafumane ulwazi oluyimfuneko. Ngaphandle koko ke she serves as a creator of the future under the United Nations Foundation and contributes to the global roadmap to 2100. Umele eMzantsi Afrika ke kwintlanganiso zangaphakathi ezifana ne-UN Town Hall Dialogue on SDG8 kwaye usebenza njenge-communications officer kwi-Politics for Her. Namhlanje ke asukuthetha njengomsebenzi wakhe kodwa sakuxoxa ngento yokuba ezi ntsuku ze-16 days of activism zithetha ntoni kwaye kutheni uluntu kufuneka luziqale kwangexesha. Siyakha uluntu olukhuselekileyo olunolwazi no violence is tolerated. Ma'am, it's good to have you on board. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Kma. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Siyabulela nathi wethu ngokwenza ixesha nathi Rhopotso. I want us to start this conversation as we're doing a build up to the 16 days of activism. How Wena as uRhopotso is creating a safe space for women and children?
All right. I will firstly start off with mentioning that now Abundance and Light is a nonprofit that empowers and supports women and children that are gender-based violence survivors and victims. We have a number of safe spaces that we create, which are both digital and in person. We host events on International Day of Women's Day, on International Women's Day, where we come together as women and are able to talk about the different experiences that we go through, some of the things that we don't get support on. And we also have a WhatsApp group where women and children from different walks of life come together and are able to share their stories and also encourage each other. But besides that, when we see that there's an issue that is beyond our capability, we share, of course, with the consent of whoever the person is, we share them or we send them to a professional who specializes in that field of work. And then now we have, for the 16 days of activism, we have an upcoming webinar that's happening on the 27th, where we will be having experts who will be talking more about the work that we do and how we as women can support each other in general. So mostly our social media presence is where we create those safe spaces. We also help some of abo sisi abezayo bazosimessage bachaza izimo zabo ukuthi sibasize ukuthi baqhumane nabantu abakhona ukubasizayo if thina singakhoni.
All right, I love that. Khubutso, 16 days of activism kwenziwe awareness against indaba ye-GBV all the way through up until kube kuphela le 16 days. But omnye umntu omameleyo at this particular moment, they will ask what happens beyond the 16 days of activism against them. How do we sustain the momentum throughout the year? Because, for example, today there is a march, Women for Change, because we want GBV to be declared as a national crisis. So how do we sustain the momentum to make sure that siyathetha about the GBV and ilizwi lethu liyavakala about GBV throughout the year beyond the 16 days of activism?
Okay, lovely question, Khumam. Thank you. So for us to build the momentum of doing the work beyond the 16 days is engaging in organizations such as Abundance and Light, where you can learn more about gender-based violence and how it manifests itself. Because for starters, education is so important. You know, we go to schools, we do educate young people about gender-based violence. And also beyond that, we focus on making sure that people understand what consent is. People understand their basic first human rights, which is the right to say no and not having to explain yourself as to why you say no. Also making sure that we engage survivors, we support survivors and victims when they come to us as individuals and share our stories wabo ukuthi ubuthebo lapha ekhoneni ungithinte ngendlela ethize umntana umeza kuwe akuchazela into enjalo wena as umuntu wesifazane or ubhuti or umalume endlini kumele umuphe indlebe and u-understand ukuthi ayimphathanga kahle usisi lento le uTshepo ayenzile across the road, and sithathe steps where we hold these people accountable. You go when as umalume and say this is wrong, umntana understand what's going on, and also involve the police. You know, open a case if it, especially when it comes to anything related to violence. Akukho right ukuthi umuntu ahlale ahlukumezekile angekho right emoyeni because of how you as an individual overpower them or treat them in a way that is ungovernable. It's not right. So as abantu be community kubalekile ukuthi siphane indlebe, si-respectane and be open to listen to stories of survivors, because it's not easy. Umuntu uma akwazi ukuthi create i-trust or abone i-trust kuwe ukuthi open up akutshele ukuthi I've been through this or I'm experiencing this, can you please guide me? What can I do? Do something, speak up. If it's beyond amandla wako, there are nonprofits such as us, there are nonprofits such as Women for Change and many others who advocate for this work. Yes, so even in schools, abantwana besikolo bahambe bakhulume nabo teacher, especially those who they trust, go to the principal, go to the social workers. The support is there. I believe the government does need to improve certain structures, but there are many avenues that you can explore, even within the UN, even online. When you put a phone nowadays, you have such a powerful tool, you know, and kubalekile ukuthi use ama-resources onawo ngaleso sikhathi.
You've already mentioned into yobana why you decided to found Abundance in Light, and what was the inspiration behind that. I just want you to tell us into yobana what gap were you hoping to fill before you start the organization. And while I was reading the introduction about you, there's into you not only just advocate for EGBV, you also cover indaba mental health, reading programs and conversations on GBV. We've already spoke about that. So what impact have you seen in communities through these initiatives, and why do you think these are the most important conversations that we should have in our communities as a society?
Thank you so much. Ngizoqala ngokuthi ngithi Abundance and Light was founded in a dark place.
Okay.
Where Nami, as the founder and a survivor of gender-based violence, I was in a place where I didn't know what to do, where to go, after having been experienced something beyond Amandla Wami, being sexually assaulted, and still having a case. I was sexually assaulted in 2018. The case is still ongoing, and I'm very much aware, Uguti, there are many survivors out there and those who are scared to open cases and actually take the step to get support or justice for what's happened to them. It's unfortunate that our justice system has failed many of us women, which is why namanje kunomlilo ongaka, why women are so angry and hurt, because if we've gotten to a point where it's a crisis and 15 women a day pass on, it's not normal. These are things that are not normal. So having founded the organization from that place and wanting to make sure that no other girl goes through such, no other woman goes through such, no other child goes through such, where let them, yes, open the case, find spaces where if you don't have the strength to open a case, at least let there be a space where you can find resources, you can get the support. There's a community exizayo mayelana nesimo obhekane naso. That was, first of all, where Abundance and Light was founded, and that's why we are abundant in light, where picture i-concept ye-candle. If wena ikhandlela lakho lingalayithanga mina nginombani ngikusharela that light, that's where the concept of Abundance and Light comes from. We focus on supporting those women and children who are gender-based violence survivors and victims, and it's from a survivor-led perspective. Secondly, the programs that we run, we look at issues that are very critical in our country, South Africa. For instance, menstrual poverty is something that is very critical and important, an issue that many people were not aware of. And also somehow, abanye abantu uthole umntana ahlale endlini usesikhathini aka-understand ukuthi kwenzakalani emzimbeni wakhe. Secondly, akanawo ama-products. Thirdly, segcina ayenza izinto ezingekho right because akanayo i-support. Fourthly, akasakhona ukuya esikolweni because akanawo ama-resources and the education of ukuthi kwenzakalani emzimbeni wakhe. That's where we've now come with the workshops that we do, where we educate the girls, more importantly, about their reproductive system. We educate them about the hygiene that comes with when you are menstruating and how to use the products that we give them, and also those that are available on the market. Then with illiteracy. With literacy, we realize that there is an issue when it comes to young children in our country. Reading and reading for understanding, comprehension. There's a comprehension issue. So that's where we have a program called Ibala Luruna, which is launched in Cape Town and run by our program director, Unterito Petlo, where he, in the township of Gugulethu, he created a relationship with the library and a number of schools around the Gugulethu community, where during school holidays, he takes the kids in and he helps them open library cards and assists them with more especially what's the subject about nama challenges. So he brings his team and the tutors, and we are able to educate abantwana, help them read for comprehension. Yes.
All right. Ndiyafuna ukuvumelana nawe Kgopotso when you've mentioned indaba ye-menstrual poverty yona as being the major problem, more especially emaphandleni, and educating young girls about sexual reproductive health is what we need kakhulu apha eMzantsi Afrika. I wanted to agree with you on that. You've participated in high-level global dialogues, Kgopotso, including the UN Town Hall on SDG 8, and you serve as a communications officer for Politics for Her. And G20 is happening over the weekend in South Africa. So I just want you to give us an highlight of some sort on why these global platforms can help us to improve on izinto ezifana ne-GBV, izinto ezifana ne-menstrual poverty, and nezinye izinto ezibalulekileyo ezibasic. Mhlawumbi Tina, we might not understand the importance of the G20 in South Africa, and you as a young lady from South Africa participating in such big platforms in the UN. So why is it that why are these conversations are so very much important at a broader level, if I can put it like that?
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the question, Puma. These conversations are very important on a global level because it also shows Uguti a level of empathy with regards Uguti. We're not going through these issues alone. Some countries handle the AMA issues in efficient ways. That's why we come in the capacity of creating policies. I've been part of the C20. I was a working group lead for the Civil Society 20, and we've developed a policy document that is part of what has been handed over to the president at the C20 summit, and also yesterday at the G20 social summit. So if ungabheka ukuthi wena mina for instance ngoHubutso nawo uChuma, in our respective communities we look at izinto ezenzakalayo ukuthi yo hayi la man akukho right ku community yethu, kuyaphuzwa kakhulu, government siya complaina, kuyashaywa bomama, there's rape issue cases, there's murders that are happening. And joining the global space, you're able to learn ukuthi kahle kahle asikho sodwa as South Africa going through these issues. And for instance, Kenya is handling this situation a lot better. Umuhlangana nomuntu in these spaces from Kenya or from Morocco, ubone ukuthi oh okay, so maybe some of the challenges esidlula kuzo are not as bad as lezi zangapha, or la the way by handling ngakhona, the way they are strict, the governments are handling this issue. Maybe as Kumani, as AMA organizations, for instance, Abundance and Light, Saheli, which is an organization based in Pakistani, led by a lady named Zainab Aman. And if si-organization yala eSouth Africa sihlangana namanye ama-organization wabamanye ama-country and sibhilivela in one cause. It is so important. It's a lot louder, voice yethu, and it's united. For instance, even the theme of the G20 now is solidarity, equality, and sustainability. So with that in mind, you know, when you work with organization from amanye amazwi, it shows that we are united. And not forgetting ukuthi umphakathi is not aware of ukuthi what the G20 is, and which is so important ukuthi in these media platforms we communicate and we educate people ukuthi the G20 is basically a group of 20 major economic powerhouses in the entire world, and they are coming together. When we come and they say, come share your thoughts, click on this link and share your contributions about what you want to see change within your community. It's not only just Tina Esiba affected. They control the economy. So you can imagine if you don't play part of what happens within the economy, they decide for you. So as civil society and as people on the ground, it's important that even our kids in school, they participate. They participate in these, am I still with you, Kuma? Okay.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my child.
Okay, thank you. They're still with us. Like we participate and share our vision for not only our country, but the world, because there's issues such as climate change, which is now affecting us. There's digital transformation happening. You know, we advocate for so many things where we see that the Western cultures, the Western countries are more advanced than us, but we need to also hold them accountable for certain things that they've done to make us be so behind, and for them having affected us as the global South, what they are taking from us, the indigenous people, the traditions and everything, but yet not being held accountable for just making sure that everything aligns and also keeping us up to date ngazo zonke izinto ezenzakalayo. So kuhle ukuthi uNthabiseni or who's in grade 10 at a school participate in these dialogues. Go on the UN websites. There's so many opportunities where girls from rural areas are needed. Their voices are needed. You know, use social media as a tool that will benefit not only you, but your community and your country at large. That's basically what I can encourage young people to do, and how they can also be part and parcel of these global spaces, because they want to hear our voices authentically. So
But last but certainly not least, I want us to close this conversation with this question. There is a growing call for men to be included in GBV prevention work. So, Khopolo, from your own experience, why is it so important that men are part of this conversation?
Men need to be part of this conversation.
Sure.
Men need to be part of this conversation because, for instance, us as women wouldn't be crying so much, wouldn't be fighting so much for. It's not just women only. I love that the LGBTQ A plus society have also joined us, you know, in making sure that we hold our people accountable. You know, men, if they can speak within their circles and hold each other accountable, man, angithandanga the way ukhulume ngakhona no Zandi the other day, or you know, simple things like that. It's small things that make the biggest change. So even in the spaces as my daughter, let them hold each other accountable and say, mngani lento le oyenza wrong, why uphakamisa ivoice yakho manje njengoba nikhuluma, uze azithobile usisi azokhuluma nawe wena manje lwisana naye. So I think even in friendship circles, there's certain language that is used that needs to be changed. Women get catcalled. You would be walking kahle use taxi rank uyoziyela ku taxi yakho ufuna ukugibela, and then kunomuntu nje or multiple men will be calling you out ukuthi hey sisi, hey sifuna hey catcalling umuhle. Yeah, or
shaming
no,
you,
amathanga wakho.
sexualizing you.
Yes. So these are things that men need to also conversate amongst themselves. Babonisane ukuthi hayi man, lento le maybe abomama bethu nabantwana bethu bangajabula uma singabahlonipha nathi singenzi lokhu ukuthi sibaphathe kabi. Men need to be part of the conversation, and let's not forget that as women we birth children and who become men at the end of the day. So what we plant within our children, what we educate them is very important. Ukuthi mele sibafundise ukuthi bahloniphe umuntu wesifazane so that nabo bazokwazi ukuthi bahlonipheke. Men naturally in their nature, they are very aggressive. There's a lot of testosterone. Science has shown ukuthi male bravado as well is something that, you know, there's always a point, they always want to prove a point, but it's so important that at least they have organizations as well, or even support women-led organizations and take the time to educate yourself. Okay, as in, ngiyabezwa abomama la ngaphandle bayakhala ukuthi 15 women a day get murdered. Why? What is the cause? Are they taking the time to also empathize and put themselves in the shoes of the women who who open up and say, you know, I've been raped by this person. And instead of saying, what did you do or what were you wearing? Take the time to say, you know what, this is a safe space. Let me hear what happened. Explain to me what happened. Take the time to go on the internet, educate yourself about the different types of sexual assault, the different types of harassment. It manifests itself in so many ways. Because then when you are educated and you understand, oh, okay, uma ngikhuluma ngetone so, akukho right. Uma ngihlezi ngithukana ngisebenzisa intamba kulo muntu lo, akukho right. Ithi nami ngithatha isikhathi ukuthi ngisifundise ukuhlonipha umuntu ngimbone for ukuthi ungubani. At the end of the day, the concept of umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. So if thina singabantu singathathi isikhathi sokuthi sifunde ukuthi omunye umuntu isimo abhekana naso yini and kuze yini le ebuhlungu andlule kuyo, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Siyabulela kakhulu kwethu ngokwenza ixesha nathi ube nemini emandi ne-weekend emandi.
Ngiyabonga Khuma, thank you so much for inviting me to Vukani Community Radio Station. And before I go, can I please share that we have a webinar happening on the 27th. I think there's more information just behind me.
Yeah.
Yes, if people could please follow our page. We have a website, www.abundanceandlight.org.za. We are also available on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and LinkedIn as Abundance in Light. You can learn more about the work that we do. And we also have an in-person event happening on the 6th of December at KwaThema Community Hall, where we have our partner, our sponsoring partner, Tiger Brands, who will be there supporting us and also providing free resources for people. And we will have a nice lunch on the day. In the early part of the morning, we're going to have a walk in memory of survivors and victims. And we will be joined by Springs Boys High Band. We don't want it to be a somber walk. We want to remember the light that was in each and every single woman who has passed on due to the hand of gender-based violence and femicide. We want to also restore hope in survivors that you one day can become anything that you want to be. Just because you've been overpowered by a situation doesn't mean that that situation is you. There's a community. We love you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Goodbye.